This short tutorial will cover the reporting module within Koha. The reporting module in Koha has the ability to report on any data that can be found in the Koha database. From this main page of the Koha reporting module, I'd like to point out there are two important links from this page, starting with the Koha database schema. If I were to click the Koha database schema, this is going to bring me directly to all the database tables and all the data that lives in those tables. This will be extremely helpful for librarians that are familiar or would like to get more familiar with MySQL, which is how the reports are written in Koha. I'm just going to go to our items table. You can see in this column, these are all the fields that Koha is creating data in or has the ability. There are several pages of those columns, as well as if I scroll down, I can see how all the columns themselves interact with other data tables. I'm going to pop back to my other tab and head back over to the report module. There are a few places that for staff that would like to learn more about creating reports, the guided report area is the place to start because Koha will walk you through a 6-step process of creating a report so you can start to understand how that process works. If you are familiar with SQL or you're ready to jump right in, you have the option to create from SQL right here. And then finally, I have a used save option. Each Koha database is populated with about 50 reports already on the system. Those reports will help libraries get started, as well as if you migrate with Bywater Solutions, we will work with you on the reports that you currently use in your ILS and create those in the Koha database for your go live. I'm going to click the Used Save option just so we can see how the saved reports are listed in Koha. These are all on demand, so I could easily go to any report from this page and hit run, and that would run and give me the data I'm requiring. Over on the left-hand side, I could filter looking for a specific report by date, by author, so that is the person that was logged in, and then also by keyword. Koha allows you to create groups of reports, so I can easily pop over to my circulation set of reports, which would be easily able to find the report I'm looking for. I also have a search option here, which is going to search the entire table of reports. As we break down these reports, we have a report name, any notes about that report, when it was created, when it was last edited and last run, and then finally, way over on the right, you have that action and go ahead and run. You have a couple other options. You could view that report, preview the SQL that it's written in, directly edit this report, duplicate this SQL and create a new report, share this report, and we'll get back to share. Schedule, you can schedule reports through the Koha database as a time and date and where would you like that to be sent. And then finally, you can delete a report. Both running, editing, and deleting are permissions within the Koha module, so staff members would need the appropriate permissions to do these actions. A great resource when you're creating a report, you have the option to create a report from the Mana knowledge base. This is a community-run effort to share reports within the community. So if I were to go ahead and search a keyword for reports, I'm actually going to be able to see any reports that have been created and shared with the Mana knowledge base. If I hover over the note section, I'm able to see the SQL, but I also get the name of that. And then I have this direct import to bring that right into my system. Think of this as like a Z39.50 for your reports. If you would go ahead and click that import button, Koha is going to bring you to directly import that into your system. And then you can go ahead and run that report directly or make some edits as necessary. I would always choose to edit that report, make that report name something I would like it to be, and then select the report group that you'd like it to live in. Heading back over to my saved reports, once you've created a report within the system, then you have the ability to run that report. So if I scroll down here, maybe I want to see statistics by shelving location within my system. I'm going to go way over to the right and hit that run. It's going to ask me to limit by that shelving location I'm looking for, and then also give a date range that I'm looking for those statistics. So let's go ahead and give it a good old year. And this shows me all the items within this shelving location and whether that has been a checkout, a local use, a return, and a renew. Now, directly from the reporting the results of this report, I could go ahead and download these results into a CSV or a tab separated text. I can look at the SQL to see what it's getting their information from. I can again schedule, edit, run it again, create a chart for reports that I create that would be worthy of a pie chart, a bar chart, or a line chart. You can easily go ahead and create a chart from within the report itself, and then Koha will go ahead and create that report. This is not the most ideal report to create a chart. Let's go ahead and run this checkouts and renewals in a date range and get a better feel of what that chart would look like. So overall, I have 47.8 checkouts and 52.2 renews. I can also download this chart into an SVG. Heading back over to the reporting module one last time. Again, you have those choices here. If you were to create a new report, you can go ahead and click that guided report that we talked about, create a fresh SQL report, and finally an SQL report from Mana. If you are a partner of Bywater Solutions and supported by us, we will create any reports that the library needs. There is no limit to the number of reports that we will create for you. Back to the main page of the reports, there are other reports that can be run directly from this report page. We have some reports that are built into the Koha report module, most circulated items, items with no checkouts. We have some items lost, and orders by fund for your acquisition, catalog by item type. So these are something that you can easily click and go ahead and start that process of creating that report. Under Statistic Wizards, you have the ability to gather data when necessary. This is going to give you a true number of checkouts, number of renewals, number of local uses, and you can determine what you're looking for within this circulation module. This is truly going to get you that number you're looking for. However, any kind of details you're looking for in a specific report, if you circulated 15 items, maybe you want to know what type of items they were or what time of the day, then you would go ahead and create a report within the system. Any report within Koha's report library here from your library system, you can have scheduled at a specific frequency with Bywater. If you are hosted by Bywater, you can let us know what that report number is, how often you want that sent, run and sent and what email to be sent to. So no, you always have that capability of having reports directly emailed to you, whether that's the first of the month or the end of the month or the middle of the month or once a year. Any report can be easily scheduled and sent directly to your email account. Let's go ahead and run one more report just so we can see the versatility of the reports that you can run in Koha and that functionality. I'm going to go ahead and run new bibliographic records between dates. So I'm going to just scroll over, hit that run button. Because it says it's between dates, I'm going to go ahead and do a date range. And then here, we have some options here. We have a column called Biblio number, which is Koha's unique number. Because I have pulled that into my report, I can easily edit that record directly from my report or view that record. So I have the ability directly from my results to be able to make any edits necessary. I also, from the report results, I have the ability to do batch operations, which would allow me to send these results directly into both the batch record deletion and the batch record modification if I did need to make any modifications or delete all these records. I also finally can add these to a list. Lists within Koha can be public, so sent over to the OPAC, or something I'm using internally within the system. So you do have some easy options to be able to go ahead and say, hey, I need to make some edits really quickly to these results, or I want to go ahead and look at these bibliographic records and be able to edit and view. So just another nice feature within the Koha reporting module. Although this tutorial was focused on reports, there is one more area within the Koha system that easily kind of translates into reports because it is a report running on the background, and that's Koha's item search. So I just want to show you the capabilities of Koha's item search while we're kind of talking about the reporting module. The item search is a little bit different than your advanced search functionality in Koha. You do have the ability to refine what you're looking for, whether that's home library, current library, shelving location, item type, collection code. Those are all familiar with the advanced search. But then you also have status. So if you're looking for something in a specific not for loan status, a lost status, a withdrawn status, you can limit by things that are checked out or not checked out. You also have the ability to search for a specific field, including wildcard. So if you're looking for maybe something in the publication date of the 2000s or 1990s, you can certainly do that. And then libraries also have the ability to create custom search fields. So you can see here I'm looking at my accelerated reader. I'm also looking at it for a report that's looking at my 590 specifically, or even records that I've suppressed in the OPAC. So once I've chosen that, I can easily have that is or is not, and then I'm going to go ahead and say yes if that record is suppressed. But you can see on other options, I have the ability to create wildcards. I can use this search looking for a call number range, looking at damaged or not damaged, even looking at items within the system that have less or greater than or equal to the number of checkouts, and also looking at a checkout date, whether it's been checked out after this date, before this date, or on this date. Finally, I have the ability to send these results to my screen, to a CSV directly, or to a barcode file. Now, barcode files will be extremely helpful when we're using batch item modification or batch item deletion. If I go ahead and make that search, just looking for everything that is suppressed in the OPAC, just kind of giving a good view of the things that I am hiding, and I may want to take a look at that, I get a different kind of view. I get a title, that publication date, a barcode, all the information about the item, if they're in a not for loan status, if they're lost, withdrawn, number of checkouts. And of course, I can go ahead and reverse those columns to looking at maybe the highest number of checkouts to the lowest number of checkouts. And if it is due, it would give me a due date. From this item search, I can easily go ahead and edit the item or the record if I need to. But since we're talking about reports, I can easily, from my output on my screen, send this to a CSV or a barcode. So I have a lot of functionality within this item search that I'm able to dig a little deeper into my data without creating that SQL report. So you have a lot of different options within the reporting module. You have the Mana knowledge base that you can look for reports. If you're a Bywater partner, you have Bywater. You also have the item search and your Koha library to refer back to for reports within the system. Thanks for watching.